Happy Monday. I hope you're staying safe and that you're well. There have been a lot of questions that have come in about your money around the coronavirus and all of the changes that have happened this month. So let's jump into the first one. The first question comes from Chris from Atlanta, Georgia. And Chris asks, how much can we really expect out of this stimulus plan? So first things first, you can expect a stimulus check from the federal government as long as you meet the income requirements. That is less than $99,000 for a individual or $199,000 or less for a married couple. Now, if you make $75,000 or less, you can expect a check of $1,200 and an additional $500 for each child. But outside of the stimulus check, there is some relief that comes into the form for small businesses and nonprofit organizations. Not just from the federal government, but from the city of Columbia, from the Richland County, and from surrounding areas. So it's not just the stimulus check that we should be thinking about or focused on, but you should also look to see how you qualify for grants and loans if you are a small business or a nonprofit organization that's been affected by the coronavirus as well. The second question comes from Jesus from Orangeburg, South Carolina. And Jesus asks, what are sites you'd recommend for investing information? Now, I know that there are a lot of people who are trying to figure out how to make money during the downturn of the market, and a place that you can go to, or a couple of sites that you can go to just for investing information. That means information on companies and maybe more information on clarifying terms for you to invest in the stock market. A couple of those websites are Investopedia. Another website is Yahoo Finance, which is a good website for news and information about publicly traded companies. And you can always go to Black Market Exchange, which is a great website, educational, to teach you more about the stock market in terms of hip hop music and marries the two together. I love that website, and I think that's really educational. Third and final question comes from Nicole from Columbia, South Carolina. And Nicole asks, how do you budget during a time of uncertainty like this? So this is a great question. And when it comes to your budget, there are two things that you have to really be mindful of: your income and your expenses. So when it comes to your income, there have been a lot of workers who have been forced to work from home, but there are some people who are experiencing layoffs and furloughs where they're not getting the income that they were last month. So one thing about your income in that regard is that you want to increase your skills or find other ways that you can get paid. So other ways you can get paid now is becoming a contractor for a company that may need your services. So go to websites like Fiverr, Fiverr.com, or Upwork to find some gigs for contractors that may fit your services. But find ways to increase your skills during this time. And when it comes to expenses, there are going to be some expenses that are reduced just because you're not as mobile as you were before. Like, there are businesses that are closing down that are not essential, especially in the city of Columbia. But outside of that, what are some expenses that you have, like monthly expenses that you have, that you can reduce consciously right now? So looking at what you have to pay this month, or what wasn't deferred for payments going forward in April, May, or June. Take a look at all of your monthly bills and see how you can reduce those expenses in addition to increasing your income. Now, I know that you guys may have more questions. Feel free to drop me a line on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Twitter. I'm No Money Steve. That's KNOWMONEYSTEVE. And I'm Stephen M. Hughes on Facebook, or you can find our organization, No Money Inc. That's KNOWMONEYINC. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you next week with more money information that you can use right now.